Chapter 6. That night, the sound of toads croaking is louder than I've ever heard before. It sounds as if the streets were filled with toads, as if they've invaded our streets or whole barrio. Our whole barrio. I wonder if I brought them here. I've slept all day or slipped to other worlds all day. I'm not sure which is which, but now it is night, and I can't sleep. All I can do is lie here, under thin sheets, feeling the blood gush from my body, with each movement, each turn. I don't know what happened to Donna Augustina. One moment she was next to me, and then she was gone. I wonder if I slipped into other worlds when I was holding her hand. I wonder if I took her with me. I wonder if I left her somewhere. A place where Don Felicio is still alive. The house is eerily quiet. Mommy is sleeping on the couch. She's moved the baby bassinet out there next to her. So you will sleep better, she says. You need rest, Pequena. I think she's worried because I won't hold him. Because I don't want to hear him, or give him a name. I'm glad she took him to another room. The curtains on the window billow ever so slightly. Mommy left the window open just a little bit, because I complained about the sour tangy smell. No, I told her, close it. She did as I asked, but while I sleep, she must have opened it again. I can't stand it open. Slowly I sit up. Each move is painful and makes me want to cry out. No, I tell myself, this won't break you. You can handle this. I take a deep breath as I lower my legs over the side of my bed. As I push myself up and fell. As I push myself up and feel the flood of warmth between my legs. It makes me feel sick, but I force myself to get up anyway. I take small careful steps to the window. I push aside the curtains and a hand reaches in and grabs mine. Pequena, someone whispers my name. Somewhere else, someone else might jump backward. Somewhere else, someone else might jump backward. Or scream, because you don't expect the night to reach in through your window and grab you. You don't expect to hear it at all. You don't expect to hear it. You don't expect to hear it call your name. But I'm not somewhere else. I'm not someone else. So I stay exactly as I am. I'm sorry, he says, laughing quietly. You look like you've seen a ghost. I didn't mean to scare you. I want to tell him I'm not scared, but I am. More than if death itself had come to make me. More than if death itself had come to make. More than if death itself had come to take me to my grave. I shake my head. I'm fine. You seem sick, he says. I had the baby, I tell him. But it's seeing him there. But it's seeing him there. But it's seeing him here, like this. That makes me nauseated. He looks in, takes a closer look at my stomach. I don't believe you. You look the same, he says. But then he studies my face. I refuse to blink. Wait, for real? I nod. He smiles. A boy, right? Tell me it's a boy. It's a boy, I say. I knew it. A boy. I have a boy. I don't want any claim to this baby, but the way he says that bothers me too. He doesn't deserve to have anything. I mean, I knew it could have been a girl, but I also knew it would be a boy. You gave what I wanted, Pequena. He he care he caresses my fingers gently, and I fight the urge to pull away. Where is he? With my mother in the other room, so I can rest. He nods. Well, I have to see him, and you finally have to tell your mother about us, our plans. I stay quiet, but he laughs again. Well, I have to see him, and you finally have to tell your mother about us, our plans. I stay quiet, but he laughs again. Don't look so scared, I told you. I'm going to take care of us. You know that, right? When when are you going to tell her? Soon, I say. He stares at me for a long time, and then that strange look comes across his face. Soon, he repeats. Yeah, soon. When he looks at me like that, I can't move. There is something off in his look, something that reveals the inside of him is broken, something that lets you know he is soulless and makes you scared to turn away. Or you know what? Maybe we tell her right now. I make myself reach for his hand. I I caress I cares, it has chills runs through my body. I caress, it has chills run through my body. I cares, it has chills run through my body. I feel clammy and weak. Let me be let me get better, look better. Then we'll tell her. I want to be perfect. The coldness in his eyes warms. Then he stares at my body, and I'm so relieved I am bloated and sick looking. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea, he says. I was going to let it be a surprise, but I'm getting you a ring. It's the most expensive ring I could find, and soon you're going to be wearing it. I bet you never thought you'd be wearing the fanciest ring in this whole barrio. I, I swallow the sour taste in my mouth. No, I never imagined any of this for me. He smiles like I've paid him the biggest compliment. You are very lucky that I chose you, Pequena. He stares at my lips, licks his own. I want to tell him. I want to tell him that he disgusts me. Everything about him. The way he looks at me, the way he says my name, his touch, his face, of which every detail has impressed itself in my mind. His patchy facial hair, the overlap of his teeth, the glistening of his saliva, the dead look he carries, and the smell of him, a scent that escapes from his pores, from the dark hole of his mouth. It, it's the scent of the rotted heart. It's the scent of the rotted heart he carries inside. Come here, he says, pulling my arm through. Come here, he says, pulling my arm through the open window, forcing me closer to him. Fresh blood gushes. Then he is kissing me. And then he is kissing me, grabbing my face as he forces his tongue between my lips. Just remember, I chose you, he whispers. I could have had anyone, Pequena, but I want you. I need you, and you need me. He kisses my head. He kisses my hand. Take care of our baby, he says, smiling his terrible smile. I watch as he disappears into the night. I picture the night reaching out like a terrible claw, crushing him in its grasp, or the earth opening under him, swallowing him, and closing up again forever, or a stray bullet finding its way into his rotted heart or head, as he walks the streets, smiling his terrible smile, the delusion of us in his mind. The taste of him is still on my tongue, his touch, everything is all over me. Bitter vomit fills my mouth. Bitter vomit fills my mouth, and it escapes me before I can reach for the towel near the bed. I wipe my mouth instead and toss the towel on top of the throw-up. I knew I should go to the bathroom, that I need to change my pad. I know I should clean the vomit. I know I should probably call out for my mother, as sweat covers my body, and I tremble. But I just lie back in bed, grateful that the bitter taste of my own sick has washed. Grateful that the bitter taste of my own sick was washed out any taste of him. And I try not to cry, as blood and milk and life drain from me. Let it all drain, I think, and let me die tonight.